Let's go Broncos! What if I told you that everything you think you know about the Week 8 matchup between the Denver Broncos and the Denver Broncos is just the tip of the iceberg? There's drama, revenge, controversy, and a huge opportunity for a breakout star moment, all colliding in what could be the most important game of the season. This isn't just another Sunday at Mile High. It's personal, it's strategic, and this is a battle that could shift the balance of power in the AFC. And believe me, there are some things happening behind the scenes that will definitely shock you. Before I give you the details, do me a quick favor. If you're a true Broncos fan, one of those who've been wearing orange and blue for years, hit that like button right now. And in the comments, I want to know, are you confident the Broncos will beat the Cowboys? Just comment "Go Broncos." We're going to the Super Bowl, if you believe this team has what it takes. Now let's dive right into it, because the Broncos are facing one of the most pivotal games of their 2025 campaign, Week 8 at Empower Field at Mile High, where they'll take on the high-powered Dallas Cowboys in what's being hyped as one of the biggest matchups of the season. And the buzz in Broncos country? It's real. There's an electric surge around this team right now, maybe the strongest we've felt in years. This is the Broncos against the world. The Cowboys bring in one of the NFL's most explosive offenses, but don't let that overshadow the fact that their defense is an absolute disaster. Statistically, they're ranked dead last in EPA per play, and it shows. Under new defensive coordinator Matt Eberflus, the Cowboys' defense is collapsing. They're 30th in rushing yards allowed per game, tied for 23rd in rushing touchdowns allowed, and nearly bottom of the league in explosive plays and stuff rate. They can't stop the run, period. This is where J.K. Dobbins and rookie R.J. Harvey come in. The Cowboys' defense has been getting gashed all season long, and if there's ever been a time to run wild, it's now. Dobbins, despite some slower performances recently, is in the middle of one of his best NFL seasons, and this game is perfectly set up for him to feast. The Broncos have built a top-tier run attack that can dominate this matchup on the ground. But let's not overlook the opportunity in the passing game. Bo Nix may still be developing his deep ball. His numbers past 20 yards are definitely below average, ranking 30th in completion percentage. But this Cowboys secondary just gave up nearly 300 yards and 3 touchdowns to Caleb Williams. If Bo can execute, take advantage of short and intermediate throws, and sprinkle in some well-timed deep shots, this could be a breakout game for the second-year QB. The offensive line will be key. The Cowboys' pass rush, surprisingly, is not what it used to be. With time in the pocket and a solid game plan, Bo Nix can light up the scoreboard. This isn't the Giants' front seven. This is a defense ripe for the picking, and Bo needs to show off his mobility, his prep work, and his leadership. It's his time. Now let's talk about a storyline that's stirring deep emotions in Broncos country. Javonte Williams returned to Denver. This one's personal. The former Broncos running back, now with the Cowboys, is having a resurgent year, and yes, by the numbers, he's slightly outperforming J.K. Dobbins, more carries, more yards, better average, and a higher PFF grade. But let's not forget, the Broncos made a tough call after Javonte's injury derailed his early career momentum. They drafted R.J. Harvey, signed J.K. Dobbins, and moved on. Still, you know Javonte circled this game on the calendar. There's pride involved. There's motivation. And while there's no bad blood publicly between him and Sean Payton, you better believe this is a game he wants badly. The Broncos have a better record. They're a better team right now. But this is a classic revenge game, and it adds serious fuel to an already high-stakes matchup. Now if you're sitting at home wondering which running back you'd want for this game, Javonte Williams going up against the Broncos defense or J.K. Dobbins against the Cowboys defense, it's hard not to go with J.K. This matchup heavily favors him, and it's not just about stats. It's about fit, scheme, and the opportunity to dominate a weak defense. And speaking of challenges, let's not ignore Dak Prescott. Love him or not, he's playing some of the best football of his career. He's efficient, he's reading defenses well, and he's torching blitz-heavy schemes like Vance Joseph's. He's completing over 67% of his passes, thriving under pressure, and making quick decisions that neutralize aggressive pass rushes. He's not Josh Allen or Patrick Mahomes, but he's sharp and deadly when he has time. Still, this Broncos defense is no joke. This is arguably the best unit Dak will face all season. Pat Certain is locking in on C.D. Lamb, Riley Moss will have a big challenge in George Pickens, and the Broncos pass rush, featuring Nick Bonitto, Zach Allen, and Jonathan Cooper, is ready to feast. If they can pressure Dak, force him outside the pocket, and disrupt his rhythm, they can swing this game. Because what comes next might just define the rest of the Denver Broncos season. When we talk about statement wins, we're not just talking about one game in a long regular season. We're talking about momentum, identity, legitimacy. And with everything that's on the line, this Week 8 showdown with the Cowboys could be the turning point that cements the Broncos as true Super Bowl contenders, or exposes flaws that need urgent fixing before the playoff push. One of the most intriguing aspects of this matchup is how the Broncos defense plans to contain Dak Prescott's weapons. Because it's not just about Dak, it's about what he has around him. CeeDee Lamb is an elite route runner who will test Pat Certain on every snap. George Pickens, while still inconsistent, is a deep threat with explosive potential. And you throw in a tight end rotation that can chip away at the middle of the field, and suddenly Denver's linebackers are under a microscope. This is where the Broncos' defensive discipline will be tested. The edge rushers need to keep contained. The safeties, especially Justin Simmons, must not bite on play action. Communication in the secondary must be airtight, because you give Dak even a sliver of miscommunication, he'll find it, and he'll punish you. But again, this isn't the same Broncos defense that started slow earlier in the season. This unit has found its rhythm. Nick Bonitto is making a name for himself with relentless pressure. Zach Allen is anchoring the line. Jonathan Cooper is playing the best football of his young career. And Pat Certain continues to quietly dominate at cornerback, forcing QBs to second-guess every throw in his direction. This defense is built for games like this, fast, aggressive, and capable of game-changing plays. Let's pivot back to the offense, because this game isn't just about stopping the Cowboys, it's about setting the tone early. That falls squarely on the shoulders of Bo Nix. This is the game where he needs to take full command. We're not asking for Mahomes-type numbers, but we are asking for poise, execution, and confidence. Against the Cowboys defense that's leaking in all directions, Bo Nix has to hit the ground running, literally and figuratively. Designed rollouts, quick outs to Mims and Sutton, screens to R.J. Harvey, and shots over the middle to Dulcich and Humphrey. And above all, protect the football. No risky throws into double coverage. No missed reads on blitz pickups. This Dallas defense thrives on chaos. If Bo plays clean, the Broncos offense should roll. It's also a massive opportunity for the offensive line to make a statement. They've been solid, but not dominant. This is the game to turn that corner. The Cowboys lack the elite pass rush that used to define their front seven. If Denver's O-line can create a clean pocket and open up rushing lanes for Dobbins and Harvey, this could be a 150-plus yard day on the ground. And if that happens, the play-action game opens up, the tempo increases, and the Cowboys' defense will be on their heels all afternoon. The game script becomes your best friend. Now, let's address the elephant in the room, Russell Wilson. His recent social media shot at Sean Payton, with that infamous "Let's Ride Closer," has reignited tensions that most of Broncos country had moved past. It's a strange move from a player who's no longer part of this organization. But it proves one thing: Denver still lives rent-free in his head. That drama, combined with the NFL fines and the Dre Greenlaw suspension, has created an emotional undercurrent going into this game. And while it could have been a distraction, the Broncos are choosing to use it as motivation. Every player in that locker room knows what's being said about them. They've heard the doubters. They've seen the social media noise. But they're locked in. And here's why this game matters beyond just the standings. A win here would mean the Broncos are not just beating a good team, they're proving they can dominate in all three phases against a playoff-caliber opponent. It puts the rest of the league on notice. And it sends a message that Denver isn't just climbing, they've arrived. So when you turn on the game this Sunday, know that you're not just watching another regular season matchup. You're watching a team battle for its identity. You're watching Bo Nix try to prove he's the future. You're watching Sean Payton try to outcoach a franchise with a high-powered offense and a weak underbelly. And you're watching every single player in orange and blue try to write a new chapter, one that could take them all the way to the postseason and maybe even beyond. Do you believe the Broncos will rise to the occasion and make a statement against